What is up, y'all? Welcome back to an episode of Surfing the Stream, where every week we're on a quest to find out what is the greatest movie of all time. Throughout the entire month of October, we are continuing our horror in review series where we are reviewing slasher films. And at the end of the month, we will drop our top 10 slasher films of all time to cap off this review series. But today I want to review American Psycho because this is one of those movies that just gets better with every viewing. It was already one of my favorite slasher films of all time. Now it's one of my favorite films, period. Now, if you have not seen American Psycho, I will be talking spoilers from this point forward because I think a lot of what makes this movie very interesting revolves around the spoilers. So if you have plans to watch this movie, or if you clicked on this review just to see whether or not it's something you would be interested in, go watch it, okay? It's on Netflix right now, so you have been warned. American Psycho on paper shouldn't work as well as it does. So typically the slasher genre revolves around like a primary protagonist, someone innocent that we can all root for. American Psycho flips that script and focuses on the killer the entire movie. Patrick Bateman's descent into this like psychotic break is truly one of the best things I've seen in film, period. Christian Bale gives a performance worthy of any and every award possible. This performance reminds me so much of how I felt with Heath Ledger's Joker. I just could not peel my eyes away from the screen. And to further elaborate on not just Patrick Bateman, but also the other characters, I love like this social commentary on just men in general. Whether it's the aspect of Bateman always trying to one-up everyone else or always trying to be like the more popular one in the group, or the aspects of how he just strictly only cares about himself, from like his hilarious morning routine to make sure that he always looks amazing, or to the fact that he flexes his muscles during sex, which one could argue that's his true fetish in all of these scenes rather than being attracted to the women, that they are just a means to an end. Which is why 90% of his victims are women. But let me say, don't you dare make anti-Semitic marks because that dude will jump your ass about it. And then there's Paul Allen, who Patrick Bateman is striving to be better than the entire runtime. Every time someone mentions Paul Allen being better, Bateman has to interject and counterpoint that he's not that cool. But the entire movie, he's trying to be Paul Allen. And to me, that's just amazing character work. And let me just say this. American Psycho is a sneaky, hilarious film. The I gotta return some videotapes joke that reoccurs throughout the entire movie finally lands at the very end, and Bell just absolutely nails it. And it is just so damn funny. The over-exaggerated responses from his character lead to some really great funny moments. Now, the last thing that I want to mention, was any of it real? Or was it all in his head? I don't think it really matters, and that's the point of the movie to me. Bateman even mentions at the very end that his confession was meaningless. I think a lot of people believe it wasn't real with just how crazy and hilarious that the end gets. But the director has come out and said she didn't even intend on it being like that. So who really knows? But ultimately, guys, American Psycho, like I said, I loved it a lot going into this review, and then watching it again just made me truly fall in love with this movie. And I don't know how high it'll end up on my slasher film top 10, but it's going to be fucking high. I really do love this movie. Bale, one of the most underrated performances of all time. Not just any movie that Christian Bale has been a part of, but just any movie that I've ever seen. This is one of the most underrated performances because I never hear anybody talk about how great his performance was in this movie. But guys, if you have seen American Psycho, let me know down in the comments below of what you thought about the movie and where it ranks in your all-time slasher films rankings. But that's going to be it for me, and I'll catch y'all next time on another episode. Laters.